and somebody who is standing at the head of the queue, the first person who is close to the queue, is given the last number. So after one comes for polling, nobody else is allowed, isn't it fair? And that particular gate has to be closed and manned by either a police officer or a polling officer, somebody from the polling staff. This is the thing. And there's one more important thing. All those people who are voting after the official end of polling time will have to be videographed in a manner that they are recognizable. So people like us said, okay, fine. You say that there are 1 lakh booths and 75 lakh people have voted after the official close time. Yeah, fine. But show us the slips. You have to preserve the slips and show us the footage. And somebody, Mohammed Pracha, went to court. And the court then said, show him. Then, sir, governments normally are very inefficient. But in this particular case, in 2 days, the government has released or published a gazette notification empowering the Election Commission to withhold these. They won't part with the video and they won't part with the slips. No. So you won't get it. So this is the kind of thing. You see, what happened when 2024 election was, there are some people who are here who are associated with this body called Vote for Democracy. Vote for Democracy a group had done meticulous research and came to the conclusion that 79 seats spread across 15 states, 79 seats spread across 15 states have changed hands because of if that did not take place, NDA, which now has 293, would have been limited to 214. India bloc, the opposition bloc, which now has 234, would be sitting with 313. But things have changed. Has it happened only now? No. I'll give you only one example from your state. In 2019, in Kanyakumari, Lok Sabha constituency, there was an attempt made. Franco is here, he also knows. Out of these 6 assembly segments, in 5 assembly segments, there were massive deletions. In 2019, sir, I'm not talking about now, in your state. So that is the reason why I want you to be vigilant. And this should have shaken Tamil Nadu, but it did not. I'll tell you why it did not. What happened was, people found out when they went to cast their vote, the polling agents had one voters list, the presiding officer and the election staff had another voters list, and in that my name was not there. In the agents list, my name is there. So I go there, and the polling staff says your vote is not there. So they come out. So altogether, around 1,80,000 votes. 1,80,000 votes were missing. 20,000 in this constituency, 30 in that constituency, 50 in that constituency, 15 here, 25 there, all put together, it amounted to about 1,80,000. Then the civil society activists there, they agitated. Then the returning officer said nothing doing, nothing has happened. Then the CEO was approached. CEO asked for a couple of days' time. He inquired, made his own inquiries, and finally the CEO conceded to the civil society groups, said not so much, but I could find about 10,000 problem. There's some problem with 10,000. So the point is, whether it is 1,80,000 or 10,000 or 30,000, that's the difference. There is an admission of about 10,000. Fine. Then the civil society groups wanted that to be investigated. Then the CEO said, sir, I can't investigate suo moto. I need a petition. I need a representation. So representation was made and submitted in 2019. The representation was buried. In the, you know why it was buried? It was buried because till then BJP won that constituency earlier. But that election BJP lost. No, BJP lost in spite of the vote hike or deletions. In spite of that, BJP lost. BJP lost badly. I think the margin was about 2 lakhs or so. Then what happened? Anyway, we won, so forget it. What is this? You know, a political party will thrive only if it learns lessons from victory. Learning lessons from defeat, everybody does. A wise political party will have to learn lessons from its victory. Even after victory, they have to examine. Yes, we won, but there was an attempt like this. Now, some of you are, you go to bank, some of you, Franco is here, he's a bank officer, he was a retired bank officer. Now, tell me, Franco, if at the end of the day, when you finalize the ledger, if there's 1 rupee difference, can you close the branch? You can't close the branch. Now, the manager can't say, oh, 1 rupee, you take it 1 rupee. No, that's not possible. So, even if it is 1 vote in a booth, 1 vote in an assembly constituency, 1 vote in a Lok Sabha constituency also, this is not allowed in a working democracy, isn't it? So, if you are not vigilant, just because you won the election, these people are winning the election. But what about 7.58? What about 7.58 discrepancy between provisional and the final? What about that? Why don't you question that? Now, sir, do you know, for phase 2 of 2024 Lok Sabha elections, till today for phase 2 Lok Sabha elections, the provisional figures constituency wise are not yet public. Do you know? They have announced peculiarities. They have announced only phase polling, not even state-wise polling. Phase-wise polling. What is phase-wise polling? Does it make any sense? 88 seats have gone for polling on in phase 2. You announced that this much percentage of voting was that was the voting percentage in phase 2. I mean, what is the state-wise? What is the constitution? Forget about constituency-wise. At least state-wise, no. And for all the phases put together, till today, constituency-wise, provisional polling figure is not announced. It's only the final figure is announced, constituency-wise. But from where to where, we don't know. We don't know. Is it possible? Will you allow this in a democracy and still call yourself democracy? This is my question. Then, I'll tell you, Vijayaka, another thing. Surprises are not over yet. There are more. When was the last phase of polling? 1st of June. Yeah? Remember? 1st of June. When was the result announced? 4th of June. There is a third question in the quiz. When was the final polling data of phase 7 was announced? Martin? 6th. You see, you have voting on 1st, you have results on 4th, you have final data on the 6th. Right? Is it possible in a democracy? Will you allow it in a democracy? Will you allow this in your college election? In your school election? Will you allow this? You conduct the polling, you declare the result, and take 2 days after that and say these many votes were cast. Don't look at me like that, it's a fact. The reason why I said all this is, see, when I said, and of course after that, leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi, had held press conferences and said, look, voters list, there is a problem. There are people who live in house number 0. And in that house number 0, there are 150 people living. And the husband name and father's name, what is it? Vijay Shankar? KJLBBY. But then, how many alphabets can you do this? So, there are some people whose father's name was Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India can have any number of children. So you have a huge discrepancy between provisional polling and final polling data. You take 11 days to declare the final figures for phase 1. And you take 4 days, 5 days, 3 days for the rest of the phases. 11, 3. Highest is 11. Okay. Now, there are some people who, you see, when I or somebody talks about these things, Election Commission doesn't respond. You know who responds? BJP responds. I used to be very surprised. Why is BJP responding? Election Commission is to respond, isn't it? But every time somebody talks about the some kind of a discrepancy or anomaly or some kind of irregularity in the Election Commission, BJP responds. Member of Parliament responds, ministers respond, spokespersons respond, and of course there is a huge digital army, they respond. So I used to wonder, I didn't have a clue why these people are responding. Then I was traveling once, and next to me was somebody sitting, and he said, are you so and so? I said, yes, I'm so and so. And he said, I know you've been talking about this election commission, the discrepancies and all that. Shall I go on? Yeah. Then he said, and I see that you're asking why is the election commission not responding, why other people are, why BJP is responding, and he told me, I'll tell you why. I said, look, I'm eager to know why. Then he said, you see, do you know BJP has many wings? It has morchas. They have Mahila Morcha to take care of their women cadre. They have Yuva Morcha to take care of young people. They have Kisan Morcha to take care of the Kisans, farmers. They have Minority Morcha to take care of the minorities. They have Election Morcha to take care of the elections. That is Election Commission of India. That's what he said. By the way, it's not my original. I'm quoting him, and he also told me, you can use it, but don't take my name. So therefore, I'm not taking his name. But it is not my original. I should say that. I should acknowledge. Later on. So now, if somebody has that kind of a feeling, can you find fault with it? You can't find fault with it. That is the reason why Election Commission's trust, credibility is at the lowest today. In 2001, Vijayaka, in 2001 when Mr. K.R. Narayanan was the president, Election Commission of India celebrated its golden jubilee, and K.R. Narayanan went to Election Commission, addressed that meeting, and he said that today Election Commission's credibility is much higher than that of the judiciary. That's what he said. And today, where is the Election Commission's credibility? There was a survey done by CSDS Lokniti. In that CSDS Lokniti survey, Election Commission was the trust in the people who said that we don't trust Election Commission used to be 11% earlier, now it is 30%, 31%. And those people who say that Election Commission is completely working under the pressure of the union government has grown phenomenally. Now it is more than 21%. 21% of the electorate feels that Election Commission is working under the pressure of union government, and more than 30% people feel that we don't have trust in Election Commission. That is the kind, and the reason is this. It is, there's something called well-earned reputation. You work hard to get a reputation. Election Commission has worked so hard to get this kind of a reputation. It is well-earned. This is the kind of reputation that we have. Now, some people ask me, do I have another 5 minutes? No. So, some people ask me, why is BJP doing this? Why is it doing? You have mean, if you want to believe their trolls and social media, their spokespersons, etc., etc., not only in India, but their leader is world famous, isn't it? So when somebody is world famous, he is Hriday Samrat. Why are they doing this? And why are they giving 10,000 rupees for everybody now? Why? You know, the reason why they're doing this is that they have come to know, they have understood that people of India do not accept this kind of a divisive communal politics. They've understood this. But they still want to rule this. How do you rule it? When people are not voting for you, how do you still hold power? Normally what happens in any democracy, that's what I studied in my, from school to college to university, everywhere I studied that people elect government. Voters elect governments. But now, government is electing voters. Now they are telling you, you can't be a voter, 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 you can't be a voter. Yeah. Now you see, the thing is this. Ram had talked about SIR. When SIR was launched, see, who on earth will object if somebody says, I want to clean up the electoral roll? I said, yeah, please do it, isn't it? We all agree. But in the name of cleaning up voters list, what are you cleaning up? You are cleaning up those people who are not going to vote for you. Okay. How do I know that? Because after the SIR started being implemented, everybody is expressing their apprehensions, concerns, saying that, you know, these many people are being disenfranchised, deleted, they don't find votes, etc., etc. Election Commission doesn't respond. Now, these days, Election Commission adopted a policy. It only leaks things by saying sources in Election Commission tell us. That's what the media is reporting. Sources. I mean, there are very senior journalists here. What is this source? Why can't some election commissioner or somebody? Now, you have press releases without signature also. Now, those sources used to say that there are so many lakhs of infiltrators from other countries. And social media tells you that Rohingyas and Bangladeshis and Nepalese and those people, these people, and all that kind of a thing. Okay. Now, they went on stalling, avoiding revealing the names of those people whose votes were deleted for a long time. But when the Supreme Court had said nothing doing, you have to reveal the names, they had to reveal the names. You remember? When they revealed the names, so you have a name and you have a reason for deletion. Dead or migrated or not found in the address, etc., etc. Not even against one name, not even against one single name is there entry that these people are infiltrators. No. Not a single name. So why are you deleting? Why are all this propaganda of that they are deleting infiltrators? There is no infiltrator. You mention, if there is an infiltrator, you mention. Why did you mention? Because there was no infiltrator. No, I would say that if somebody is not fit to vote is there and you're removing it, I would support it, isn't it? Mr. Raja also will support it. Everybody will support it. But in the name of cleaning up the voters list, if you are cleaning up all those people who are not your supporters, முடியாது. விட மாட்டேன். So, please get out of this casino syndrome and get out of this, who should be the Prime Minister? I don't care. As long as I'm here to fight for electoral integrity. It should be absolutely above board, immaculate. That is the kind of electoral integrity I want. I want my vote to be recorded as cast, counted as recorded. That's all. You ensure that whoever is elected by the will of the people is fine. I don't like, I'll campaign against, convince people, and next time I would like to defeat. Otherwise, if I am unable to defeat, I'll live with it, because that is the principle of democracy. I am willing to concede that. I am not saying that, if somebody whom I prefer wins by vote chori, I'll support. No, I won't support. That is the reason why I brought up Kanyakumari. Even if you had won, you should have pursued why these anomalies have taken place. You should have followed up the investigation. Why was there no investigation since 2019? I would have questioned. But we failed. And if you go on being indifferent to this 7.58%, 7.66% will become 15%. And then with a few coalition partners, somebody will become a coalition partner. Even Vijay Shankar will become a coalition partner if there is an ED raid on him. And you have so many ED related alliance partners. Now there is a talk. Good that there is a talk. But let me tell you that this talk is not enough. Vijayaka, some time ago I was talking to somebody. Then I expressed my concerns. Then he smiled at me. He was very pleased with himself. Very satisfying smile he gave. Then he said, I've criticized thoroughly, I've ripped these people apart, he said. Oh, you've done that? Where did you do? When did you do? Then he asked me, oh, Parakala, you don't follow me on my Facebook? I don't. So this man had ripped these people apart in Facebook. And he's happy. My plea to you is that is not enough. We have to have a feet on the ground agitation. Do you agree with me? Some time ago in Chennai, I made a small proposal. Very easy proposal. I thought I shouldn't scare people with giving them big, huge suggestions. So I gave a small suggestion. What I told is that, all of you organize hundreds and thousands and lakhs and crores of postcards or letters to the President of India. You write your concerns. Look, this is what is happening in the country and democracy is in danger. Please do something. Not that Her Excellency might do or not, that's a different thing. But say it. Now, lakhs and crores of postcards and letters should go to Rashtrapati Bhavan, that huge Rashtrapati Bhavan with 200 rooms or something like that. They should be all full of these letters and there should not be any place for anybody else even to sit or stand in Rashtrapati Bhavan. If somebody wants to visit Rashtrapati, they should climb over these letters and go into that room and jump from this room to the other room and then meet the Rashtrapati and come out and jumping. And the entire Rashtrapati Bhavan the letters should be coming out because there is no space. They should be falling out of it. Can't we do that? We can't do that. We can't do that. You really? Are you serious? Okay. One. That is, see, I'll tell you. I have huge respect for Sri Raja. But, sir, forgive me, I'm beginning to get disappointed with political parties. See, people like us, myself, say Franco is here, Tara is here, Maruti is here, we talk. We are not going to be the MLAs, MPs, ministers, chief ministers. No, we are not going to be. These people are going to be. They have everything at stake. What do we have? We go vote and come out and speak. That's it. Please fight for yourself and for the country and for young people who are sitting here. Please fight. And today the entire country is talking about it. They are worried about it. They are anxious about it. They are concerned about it. And if we squander this, if we let this slip, if we let this moment slip, you forget about India. Forget about democracy in India. It's already a farce. It will be increasingly a farce. Do you know what happened in Surat in 2024? Vijayaka? Do you know what happened in Surat in 2024 Lok Sabha elections? Surat? You see, we have 543 constituencies, Lok Sabha. Our polling took place only in 542. 543rd Surat was unanimous. You know why? How it was unanimous? Not that, everybody in Surat liked that person and, that person was unanimous. No, it's not that. Somebody filed nomination, main opposition party's nomination was cancelled, and all the other small parties, they withdrew. You know how they withdraw. You know it. So it is. And I'm telling you, 400 par will be unanimous if you leave this. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious about it. Please understand this. When I said, I'm coming to the last point. When I said that, look, we all know, everybody now, a lot of political parties and political leaders are saying that our election lists, voters lists are bad. LOP has said, and not only LOP, but even the ruling party member of parliament or former minister, sitting minister, somebody that Golimar fame. He said, what about in Raebareli also the same thing, kind of, which means that there is some kind of a consensus between opposition and the ruling party, isn't it? That the voters list has some problems. Now, my contention is that if this Lok Sabha got elected on the basis of a flawed voters list, this Lok Sabha has no legitimacy. And a government which is a creature of this Lok Sabha, a Lok Sabha that has no legitimacy, a government which is a creature of that Lok Sabha, which has come out of that Lok Sabha, also has no legitimacy. And the body that is responsible for this kind of a voters list, this kind of a polling, this kind of a irregularity, the Election Commission of India, it has no legitimacy. So the Election Commission has to go, Lok Sabha has to go, government has to go. Extreme, isn't it? Extreme. Many people say it's not practical. You see, in history, very rarely, what is ideal also is the only thing that is practical. And this is the moment when the ideal is the only practical thing. Why do I say it? Why do I say it? Now, there are some people, this is a serious thing, I want to spend another minute on this. This is a serious thing because some people say, look, Parakala, what is all this? Why are you so, drastic? No, if everybody resigns, opposition, entire opposition resigns, the government will have a free run. And if all these parties boycott elections, they will have 400 par, maybe 500 par. Yeah. By sitting there, what are you doing? By sitting in all these opposition parties, by sitting in the Lok Sabha without resigning, what are they achieving? Ask them. Ask them to answer this by, in Telugu we have an expression, keep your hand on your heart and say. And solra. Tamil lo again. Say it. What are you doing? You see, when they wanted to pass some crucial bills, for instance, the election commission thing and so many other things, they suspended more than 140 members of Lok Sabha and passed. So, by not resigning, are you really stalling anything which is really massacring our democracy? No, you're not. What you're doing is, by sitting there, what you're doing is, you're legitimizing it. They can say that, look, we passed it in Parliament. The court has said yes to it. Institutions are saying yes to it. Now, this is one. The second thing is, in 2000, I'm not going into 2019, but 2024 there were 5 crore vote hike, injection of 5 crore votes. Now, if you allow this to happen, if you just leave it like this, next election, 29, there will be 10 crore vote. After that, 34, there will be 20 crore. How do you stop it? Do you stop it? SIR will be launched in the entire country. Now, what is happening in Bihar, I don't know whether you have noticed it or not, the order of SIR is for the entire country. Do you know? It's not for just for Bihar. It started in Bihar, but it is for the entire country. Therefore, now if SIR goes on for the entire country, vote hike 5 crores to 10 crores to 15 crores to 20 crores to 30 crores, it goes on and on. You are not going to win any crucial battle, election battle. You will win only small things under the casino syndrome, that's all. Now, if that is the case, then by participating, you are only giving legitimacy to an illegitimate government. Am I wrong? So, and what I am suggesting, if it appears to be very drastic to some people, I will tell them why it is not drastic. It has happened before. During Bofors, what happens? Bofors, the entire opposition resigned from the Lok Sabha, haven't they? Why can't we do that? At least to start with. Then you think of whether you boycott the election or not is another thing. At least start somewhere. Start somewhere to tell the regime that, look, uttako mate. We are not taking this lying down. We are starting this. Now, this is only the beginning. We are quitting Lok Sabha. You see, I'll tell you what. If the entire opposition gets out of Lok Sabha and say that, no, this Lok Sabha is constituted on a fraudulent voters list, on fraudulent procedures, we are not part of it. The government will become a laughing stock, isn't it? It will become a laughing stock. If people say that we don't believe in this kind of a, uneven kind of a, you don't implement model code of conduct for Prime Minister, you freeze the accounts, bank accounts of the political parties, you raid people, and there is so much of vote hike. If this is the thing and we don't participate in the elections, their elections will become a laughing stock. I'll give you one example. You see, most of you must have watched Wimbledon. Have you? Wimbledon, the winner of the finals, when he lifts the trophy and holds it like this, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cameras flash, guns click. The entire world watches, and the person has that kind of a, satisfaction of victory. Now, I look at the trophy, and I ask my Vijayakka, look, Akka, I want that trophy. Now, Vijayakka, because she has a little money, and she says, how much? It might cost about 1 lakh of rupees. I'll give you 1 lakh of rupees, we'll get it. So she gets a nice trophy made, exactly the same Wimbledon trophy, same exact replica. Gets it done in Bangar Chettiar or somewhere. Umriyar, yeah. And she gives it to me. I come here and hold it. Will you click? And will I be happy? Will I have that kind of victory thing? No. So somebody who holds this trophy, when the entire country is shouting, this is illegitimate, this is irregular, this is a fraud, and they boycotted, they walked out of the house, they become, like if I hold a Wimbledon trophy, I become a laughing stock, they'll also become a laughing stock, similarly, isn't it? So, I'm not, you see, you can say, I can say, but these people are very responsible people. They have to run their organizations, they have to run their parties, they have to, they have so many things. Please, but I want, Raja sir, to give it a serious thought. Make your intentions that they are serious. Please make it clear that your intentions are serious. You mean business. Start somewhere. either by walking out, or by resigning, or by boycotting, whatever. But feet on the ground agitation is important to save democracy. If you don't do it now, you will not be able to do it again, ever, because 5 crores will become 10 crores, 10 crores will become 20 crores, 20 crores will become 30 crores, and everything. You know, I have one major apprehensions as far as Bihar is concerned. With all this agitation, all this is going on, if I were in the ruling party, you know what I'll do? I'll do, because like if I think like a Chanakya, what I'll do is, I'll let the opposition win Bihar. Then you know what happens? The whole thing will go away. And then I keep on winning every election after that. Yeah. Then if somebody says this is fraud, when you win Bihar, it's not fraud, is it? Thank you very much.
வெள்ளம் கடந்து 2 விமானங்களை பிடித்து எங்களுக்கு விழிப்புணர்வை ஏற்படுத்திய பரகலா பிரபாகர் அவர்களுக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. நாம் ஏற்கனவே சொன்னது போல பாஜகவினுடைய அந்த அரசியலை அம்பலப்படுத்துவது, நம்மை அரசியல்மயப்படுத்துவது என்கிற புள்ளியில் மிக சிறப்பாக அந்த பணியை செய்திருக்கிறார். நம்முடைய கழகத்தினுடைய துணை பொதுச் செயலாளர் அவர்கள் பிரபாகர் அவர்களுக்கு மரியாதை செய்கிறார்கள். மிக்க நன்றி, மிக்க நன்றி. அடுத்ததாக கழகத்தினுடைய துணை பொதுச் செயலாளரும் மூத்த மக்களவை உறுப்பினருமான அண்ணன் ஆர் ராசா அவர்களுக்கு மரியாதை செய்வார்கள். மிக்க நன்றி. 2G என்பதை சவால் செய்த கழகத்தினுடைய துணை பொதுச் செயலாளர் அவர்கள் அமித்ஷா, மோடிஜி என்கிற 2 ஜிக்களையும் தற்போது சவால் செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார். 1,76,000 கோடி என்று 12 பூஜ்ஜியத்தை போட்டார்கள். இப்பொழுது பல்வேறு பூஜ்ஜியத்தை போட்டு வாக்கு திரட்டை செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அவர்களை அமலப்படுத்த வருகிறார்.
இந்த நல்ல நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு உங்களை எல்லாம் வரவேற்புரை ஆற்றியிருக்கின்ற பெரும் மதிப்பிற்குரிய அம்மா விஜயா தாயன்பன் அவர்களே, இங்கே நீண்ட நேரம் விளக்க உரையை ஆற்றி தமிழகத்திலிருந்து ஒரு புரட்சி புள்ளியை தொடக்கி வைத்திருக்கின்ற பேரன்பிற்கும் பெருமதிப்பிற்குரிய மூத்த சிந்தனையாளர் பரக்கல பிரபாகர் அவர்களே, உரையாற்றி சென்றிருக்கின்ற அன்பிற்குரிய சகோதரர் இந்து ராம் அவர்களே, திரளாக குழுமியிருக்கின்ற கற்றறிந்த சான்றோர் பெருமக்களே, பத்திரிகையாளர்களே, ஊடகவியல் நண்பர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். சார், ஐ மீன் mixed mood. I am having lot of apprehensions having heard your speech, but at the same time I am having lot of hopes. The apprehensions are the materials and data which were being disclosed here by you. The hopes are the audience are still silent more than 2 hours. It is not because of your speech is very pleasant. It is not because of your speech is having lot of stuff and materials. It is because Tamil Nadu is ready to agitate this injustice and give the torchlight. தமிழ்நாடு, குறிப்பாக திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகம், ஜனநாயகத்திற்கு எப்போது ஆபத்து வருகிறதோ, இந்திய அரசியல் சட்டத்தினுடைய சார்புகளுக்கு எப்போது ஆபத்து வருகிறதோ, அப்போதெல்லாம் எழுந்து நின்று குரல் கொடுத்தது மட்டுமல்ல, தங்களுடைய ஆட்சியையே இழந்த இயக்கம் திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகம். அந்த மண்ணில் வந்து நீங்கள் ஏற்றி வைத்திருக்கின்ற இந்த நெருப்பு விரைவாக டெல்லியிலே இருக்கின்ற அரசாங்கத்தை தீயிட்டு கொளுத்தி வீழ்த்தும் என்று நாங்கள் நம்புகிறோம். உங்கள் உரையை கேட்டதற்கு பிறகு, having heard your full speech, as a politician who served 6th time in the parliament, I feel Modi government will not go beyond 2027. That does not mean the election is going to be inculcated in our shoulder. Even without election, the changes may come, because such a lightning speech and lightning details you gave, I think that it will be ignited from Tamil Nadu. வந்திருக்கிறவங்க எல்லோரையும் ஒரு 5 நிமிஷத்தில் 10 நிமிஷத்தில் முடிக்கணும். மாவு ஒன்று தான். என்ன மேடையில் நாங்கள் பேசுகிற வித்தியாசம்னு சொன்னால், அவர் இட்லி கொடுத்துருந்து தோசை கொடுத்துருந்தா அதை எப்படி குழி பணியாரமாக மாற்றலாங்கிற வேலை தான் எங்கள் வேலை. அவர் 1 மணி நேரம் பேசினார். நான் எந்திரிட்டு பார்த்தேன். இன்னும் கூட வேறு விதமாக சொல்லலாமா என்று எண்ணி பார்த்தேன். ஏனென்றால் இன்றைக்கு இந்தியாவினுடைய அரசியல் சட்டம் எழுதப்பட்டு 75 ஆண்டுகள் ஆகிவிட்டது. அது தொடங்கப்பட்ட காலம், இடையிலே அதற்கு சோதனை வந்த காலம், அது செம்மைப்பட்ட காலம், எல்லாவற்றையும் சேர்த்து putting into nutshells what Ambedkar said initially in the debate in the Constitution Assembly. There is a constitution, there will be a constitution, then there will be a constitutionality, then there will be a constitutionalism. Simply because a country is having constitution, that does not mean necessarily it should have a constitutionalism. India is a country, is having multilinguistic, multicultural, multi-religioustic, and so many differences. In spite of that, we have been able to put it everything in one frame under the constitution, so that we want to have a constitutionalism. That constitutionalism starts from a republic. Sir, I may recall, I am having paper I do not want to read because I do not want to test the patience of the audience. Learned people, very learned people, more learned people than us. But I want to recall the memories, what happened in the Constitution Assembly. On 13 December 1946, you may better aware, the resolution was moved by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, which is known as Nehru Resolution. That resolution was moved on 13 December 46. The first line, Nehru used to say, I beg to move that we resolve today that India is an independent sovereign state. Independent sovereign state. Then the third point is, the sovereign power of this country will be derived from the people. Then the 7th point is, if my memory is correct, I am having the paper on the table, but I do not want to open. The 7th or 6th point is, this constitution will give full protection for minorities, scheduled castes, and scheduled tribe, and other backward classes without any departure. Other issues also there. On the basis of the resolution which was moved by Nehru, there was a big debate on which Ambedkar also gave his good speech, Jayagar and Kamath. Everybody spoke, it is on the record. The question was asked to the Nehru. You said it is an independent sovereign state. Why you are missing the democratic state? The word democracy is not there. There is a lengthy speech which was given by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Thereafter it was converted into preamble. The word republic, which I wanted to coin in the constitution, is going to reflect the democracy by the people, so that it is inherent, implied. I do think with all my sincerity, it need not be explicit manner imported. Then he came for socialism. Then the minority rights. Sir, this resolution moved in the Constitution Assembly. Later it was elaborated and it was put in the preamble, which claims that we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, secular, socialistic, democratic republic. So what I wanted to impress upon you, the word republic, which was coined by the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, without disclosing socialism, without disclosing secularism, all includes in the resolution, since it protects minorities' rights, guarantee was given. And the power was derived from the people. So, in the Constitution Assembly, with a great thought, it was moved in terms of Nehru resolution, which was elaborated in the preamble of the Constitution in India when it was enacted. Then in 1973, the matter was placed before the larger bench of the Supreme Court. 13 judges used to sit 68 days. The great Balkiwala used to argue before the court. Then they set out the basic structure of the Constitution, where what are all the basic structure of the Constitution? Number 1, democracy. Number 2, secularism. Number 3, rule of law. Then federalism. Then independent judiciary. These 5 things are basic structure of the Constitution according to us, according to the larger bench of the 13 judges who used to sit 68 days and set out. You can change anything in the Constitution, but the basic structure, these 5 elements cannot be changed. Now, இப்போ நான் என்ன தோசை போடுறேன் என்ன இட்லி கொடுக்குறேன்னா அவர் எல்லாம் விலைக்கு சொன்னார். டெமோக்ரஸி போயிடுச்சுன்னா, ஜனநாயகம் போயிடுச்சுன்னா, what is democracy? In the same debate, Ambedkar said, it is not mere election. Democracy does not mean electing a government. It is essentially an attitude of respect and reverence towards a fellow man. It is a mode of associated living with conjoined communicated experience. ஜனநாயகம் என்பது எது? சேர்ந்து வாழ்வது மட்டுமல்ல, தேர்தலில் ஒரு அரசாங்கத்தை தேர்ந்தெடுப்பது மட்டுமல்ல, அது சக மனிதனுக்கு தர வேண்டிய மரியாதையை மதிப்புணர்வை தருவது மட்டுமல்ல, அப்படிப்பட்ட மரியாதையோடு சக மனிதனை அழைத்து சேர்ந்து வாழ்வதற்கு பேர் தான் ஜனநாயகம். இந்த எஸ்ஐஆர் என்பது யாரை எதிர்த்து கொண்டு வரப்படும் சொன்னீங்க? இது நாட் ஃபார் கம்யூனிகேட்டட் ஜாயிண்ட் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். It will not go to give respect to reference to fellow men. That is why Ambedkar said, India needs not only a constitution, constitutionality. Any act is going to be passed in the parliament will be put into test with the judiciary. That is why we want independent judiciary. That is the basis of the constitution. Secularism, Muslims should be protected, Christians should be protected. Socialism, now more than 21 PSUs are being sold. Air India was nationalized by Jawaharlal Nehru, the same Air India was privatized by Modi. It is not an election fraud alone. I openly said in the parliament. Hindenburg report says what was done by Adani is fraud, stock manipulation. It's a fraud. I said immediately in the parliament during debate. The report came from Hindenburg that it is a fraud on the part of Adani. You took Adani to the countries Australia, you took to Dubai, you took him to every country, but you are keeping silence. Mr. Prime Minister, if you are keeping silence, am I not tempted to say you are also a fraud? It is on record. It is on record. இப்போ கேசவானந்த பாரதி கேஸ்ல முடிந்து இதுதான் அரசியல் சட்டத்தினுடைய சாராம்சம் சொல்லியிருக்கமே, இத்தனை கூறுகளும் எதிரே இருக்கிறது என்றால், ஜனநாயகம் என்றாலும், மதச்சார்பின்மை என்றாலும், மாநில சுயாட்சி என்றாலும், நீதி பரிபாலனம் என்றாலும், இவையெல்லாம் எதிலிருந்து எடுக்கணும்னா இந்த குடியரசு என்கிற தத்துவத்திலிருந்து எடுக்கணும். இந்த குடியரசு என்பதை எப்படி கட்டமைக்கிறோம் என்றால், நீங்களும் நானும் போடுற ஓட்டு. அப்ப அந்த குடியரசுக்கு போக வேண்டிய வாக்கை அவர்கள் தவிர்க்கிறார்கள் என்றால், அவர்கள் வேண்டுமென்றே திட்டமிட்டு ஒழிக்கிறார்கள் என்றால், டெமோக்ரஸி போயிடும். அவங்களுடைய நோக்கம், they want to defeat democracy, they want to close secularism, they want already they close socialism. ஸோ இந்த எல்லா கூறுகளையும் அரசியல் சட்டத்தில் இருக்கிற எல்லாத்தையும் ஒழிக்கிறது தான் அங்கே வேலை. நம்முடைய முன்னோர்கள் எவ்வளோ அதாவது நீங்கள் அரசியல் நிர்ணய சபையில் என்ன நடந்து நீங்கள் தயவு பண்ணி படித்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஏதோ லா படிக்கிறவங்க மட்டும்தான் படிக்கிறாங்க. அது தப்பு. என்னை கேட்டால் அது அந்தந்த மாநில மொழிகளை மொழிபெயர்த்து கடைசியிலேருந்து கீழே வரைக்கும் படிக்கணும். நான் ஏற்கனவே ஒரு கூட்டத்தில் சொன்னேன், பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில் ஒரு தேசிய கொடி, தி நேஷனல் ஃபிளாக் வாஸ் டிஸ்கஸ் இன் பார்லிமெண்ட், இன் தி கான்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் அசம்பிளி. The father of this country wanted to have the spindle Congress. ராட்டை போட்ட காங்கிரஸ் கொடி வைக்கணும்னு நினைச்சார். இந்த கொடி தான் போராடினது. This flag used to display in the freedom struggle. So that Mahatma Gandhi wanted to have the Congress flag, the present Congress flag, to be the national flag. Nehru was not interested to do that. He consulted Ambedkar. Ambedkar said, no. In the history, the only egalitarian period is Buddha period, Ashoka period. That Ashoka chakra should be in the middle. It was suggested by Ambedkar, and they tried to convince Gandhi. Gandhi did not convince. He gave a statement. I do not know whether you have come across or not. I will not salute this flag. Gandhi said, I will not salute this flag. The irony is that the flag was placed on his dead body. So there was a big debate even for national flag. The national anthem. The allegation was against the national anthem that the song was sung in front of the king, British king, so that it addressed the king, not for national. That was also discussed in the CAD, Constitutional Assembly. Then it was decided by Nehru and Rajendra Prasad. No, this song is having every geographical and cultural features of India. Ganga, Yamuna, Ukkala, Dravida, Vanga, Punjab, Sindhu, everything. Territorial inputs are there. Cultural inputs are there. Rivers were there. So geographically, culturally, this is a good song. எங்கே மனம் அச்சமற்று தலை செம்மாந்து நிமிர்கிறதோ, எங்கே அறிவு விடுதலை பெற்று விளங்குகிறதோ, எங்கே குறுகிய சாதிமத பிளவுகளால் உலகம் உடையாமல் ஒன்றுபட்டு நிற்கிறதோ, எங்கே விடா முயற்சியின் கரங்கள் லட்சியத்தை நிறைவு செய்ய முனைகிறதோ, எங்கே பகுத்தறி வெள்ளம் மூடநம்பிக்கை என்னும் பாலைவனத்தில் வீழ்ந்து பால்படாமல் இருக்கிறதோ, அங்கிருந்து என்னை அன்னை நாடு எழட்டும் என்று சொன்னான் தாகூர். Where the mind is without fear, where the head is held high. இப்படி சொன்ன தாகூரின் பாடலைத்தான் தேசிய பாடலாக ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்று ஒரு விவாதம் இருந்தது. தேசிய கொடிக்கு ஒரு விவாதம், தேசிய பாடலுக்கு ஒரு விவாதம், இந்த நாட்டில் இஸ்லாமியர்களுக்கு என்ன உரிமை விவாதம், மொழிச்சிறுபான்மை மக்களுக்கு என்ன விவாதம், இதற்கெல்லாம் அடிநாதமாக இருப்பது ரிபப்ளிக், குடியரசு. நீங்க போடுற ஒவ்வொரு ஓட்டு, அந்த ஓட்டுக்கே வேட்டு வைக்கிற திமிர் பிடிச்ச அமித்ஷாவும் மோடியும் இன்னைக்கு வந்துட்டாங்க. இதை எதிர்ப்பதற்கு ஐ வாண்ட் டு சே the only fittest person and fittest soil is Tamil Nadu, and fittest person is our leader M.K. Stalin. Our leader M.K. Stalin, because he declared in the official dais that we are out of control of Delhi. We are out of control of Delhi. We are under constitution. Still we are having courage to say out of control of Delhi. Why? Delhi is dirty Delhi now. Sir, you said the election commissioner in the open court argument in the 2G case. CAG gave a report. It is unfortunate to this country. The CAG report, which is going to be given under Article 149, is meant for Parliament. That is the Constitution. Under 151, it should be discussed in the Parliament. Any auditing report which is going to be given under 149 should be discussed in the Parliament under 151. But what happened? The Supreme Court took it and they passed the order. The CAG report should be basis for the criminal investigation, and they filed the FIR. That FIR became the charge sheet. Then I argued myself. I said, one constitutional idiot is sitting there. I think that the appellation is equally good for present election commissioner. So the people are sitting somewhere else with ulterior motive, without application, in order to satisfy boss. Yes. I must salute Mr. Ramu, Hindu Ram, that Hindu is the only daily, national daily, believed on my version and put in the central page, full page, my interview. After the judgment, I went to his house. Mr. Ram and Mrs. Ram gave coffee, tea, everything, and I said, this judgment is nothing but the central page interview happened in. So we are having hope. இன்னமும் நம்பிக்கை இருக்கிறது. நம்மிடத்திலே போதுமான பத்திரிகையாளர்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள் துணிச்சலோடு பேசுவதற்கு. எல்லாவற்றையும் தாண்டி ஜனநாயகத்திற்கு எதிராக எந்த செயலை துணிச்சலாக செய்தாலும் நம்மை காப்பாற்றுவதற்கு ஒரு இயக்கமும் அதற்கு தலைவரும் இருக்கிறார்கள். நம்பிக்கையோடு தலைவோம். அவர் சொன்னவற்றையெல்லாம் முதலமைச்சர் சொல்வோம். சார், we will convey the message, what all the message you said, including the postcard to our beloved leader M.K. Stalin. I think that we will initiate ultimately we are going to achieve. Thank you, sir.
அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி. வாக்கு மோசடியை தடுப்போம், ஜனநாயகத்தை காப்போம் என்ற உணர்வோடு வந்த உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் உணவும் வழங்கப்படுகிறது. அதை நாங்கள் மகிழ்ச்சியோடு தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். வந்திருந்த அத்துணை பேருக்கும் நன்றி சொல்வதற்காக விஜயா தயான்பன் அவர்களே விரைவாங்க.
அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி. குறிப்பாக இவ்வளவு சிரமத்துக்கிடையே வந்திருந்த மரியாதைக்குரிய பரகலா பிரபாகர் அவர்களுக்கு, மரியாதைக்குரிய ஹிந்து ராம் அவர்களுக்கு, கடைசியாக பேசி கலக்கிட்ட ராஜாவுக்கு, எல்லாருக்கும் உணவு இருக்குது, தயவு செய்து சாப்பிட்டு தான் போகணும். இங்கே வந்திருந்து இந்த கூட்டத்தை இவ்வளவு மேலே மாடியில் இருக்குது, போய் சாப்பிடணும். வந்திருந்த அத்தனை பேருக்கும் நன்றி நன்றி நன்றி. வணக்கம்.